think there'd be anything down there. Ooh. What in... Okay, what is going on? I can't move. My analog turned off for like no reason. Cool. Yeah, I've talked about it before, but the unobtainability of a lot of cards really ruins sets for me. That's why collecting other things like Sorcery or Grand Archive or some of the other like cool, smaller TCGs is fun because it's actually collectible. Clink, 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 clink. Wait, couldn't I smash this? Nope. Eat. There's so many other ways they could do it that would make it so much better, but they don't, because money, and like, I don't really blame them. But man, it would be so nice if it was done differently. If it was like, here's the set, 1 through 500 or whatever. And then, I don't want Aqualin. Actually, can I like drink it? Sure, why not? They could do like, here's the set, and then all the promo stuff and everything that's given away at tournaments and everything that's in like the collector's bundles and collector's boosters are all like another type, like have a different set icon, like the commander cards. You could have the regular set, the commander cards, and then another like promo or whatever. And that way you can just collect the set and it's not all muddled by everything. But they won't do that because why would they? But having said that, some sets like Sorcery do that. And people enjoy it and people collect it more, I feel. Because when you have a set like the Final Fantasy TCG where it's just genuinely impossible to get every card, people just collect the cards they like and then stop. Whereas back in the day, you had stuff like Pokemon, where the original 151, it was very obtainable to get them all. And so even if you didn't like Caterpie or Butterfree or Jinx or Dragonair, which who doesn't like Dragonair? Even if you didn't like those Pokemon, like the allure of collecting every card was enough to make everyone try to collect every card. And somewhere along the way we totally lost that, and now it's just get the cards you like and stop. And I don't see how that could be more beneficial for them until you realize that cards are like $10,000 and people still buy them. Then you realize why it's more profitable. But it's a big shame. It's a big shame because casually it definitely ruins the experience. Oh, did I just see something? No, I think that's a plant. Maybe. Oh, well, let me jump down there. How do you... Could I just cheat it like this? This can't be the way you're supposed to do it. But it did work. And is this the Weaver? You better believe it. Thank you for saving me. You're my hero. I think I'd be able to make you a pretty quilt. I don't want a quilt. I thought it was going to be something cooler than a quilt. I thought it was going to be like a cape. Okay, so there's no way that's how you were supposed to do this because it won't let you jump this way. Well, I don't understand why. It's right there. Whatever. Get me off this mountain. I don't know where I'm going. I mean, like I said, you can have expensive cards and not ruin the set. It's very possible. Unfortunately, that's just not how they want to do it. It's 1,000% in the realm of possibility to do. That's so weird how that is a load screen. Yeah, I am too. Might be the first Yu-Gi-Oh set I buy in a long time just to see it. I'm so mixed on that. Like, I love when cards have different rarities. It's really cool to try to get each rarity of a card you like, or, you know, when you get a card to figure out what rarity it is. But then I also open sets that have no, like, just one version of every card. And it's so nice to just know what you have. And, like, I've been really liking stuff like Sorcery, where every card is just the card and then a hollow version of the card. But the hollow version of the card is actually, like, really rare and cool when you get a hollow of a card, instead of hollows just being whatever, like in every other TCG.
Sir Musashi, why did thou cometh hither?
Why did thou cometh hither? My hero. Think I'll be able to make you a pretty quilt. Oh my, could this be the legendary cloth? Yes, sir, I'll do anything to make my hero happy. Please come back in 3 days. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, see, this is where... this is where the wait mechanics are kind of stupid, because there's no reason not to just go wait 3 days right now. It's not like there's a... oh, I can do this within the next 3 days, and then it'll line up like... yeah, it's just wait 3 days. There's no downside to waiting 3 days. I'm not going to get anything accomplished in the next 3 days. It's not like events happen on certain days or anything. You're just waiting 3 days. But the princess is going to be bored. Man, I'd like to sleep for 3 days. Wouldn't that be nice? Also, 3 days? It couldn't be 1 day? It had to be 3 days? Just take a nice quick 3-day nap. Sounds nice. Usually I would tell you I can only really sleep for 8 hours, and then my body like gets up 8 or 9 hours. But I have a baby in the house right now, so I'm pretty sure if I laid down in my bed and didn't set an alarm, I would wake up 3 days later. Pretty sure that would happen. My body is definitely in that zone right now. I think that was 3 days. I think we had this conversation either here or on the Discord or in the YouTube comments, but I think someone came up with like the first game that had time mechanics, and it was like completely useless in that game, but it technically had it. The legendary quilt. It returns tiredness to 0% at twice the speed of normal and also restores HP and BP. Okay, that's sick. That was a very worthwhile side quest. Also, the fact that that's seemingly optional, and that I just kind of got that clue on my own and found it, is pretty awesome. Because no one told me to do that. It was just one of the people I rescued said she was there, and then I found her, and then she took the quilt, or took the cloth. Who was the guy that said he could tell me where the thieves were? Not this guy. This guy taught me a move. Might have been the mercenary. Meet up with the thieves. I've been trying to dig up some clues to their whereabouts. Okay, well. That's not helpful. So I think, like... I think just a day-night cycle doesn't count, Because a lot of old games had day-night cycles, even stuff like Castlevania 2. I think it has to have, like, time mechanics and weight mechanics. Like, either a calendar or just, like, a 24-hour clock, and things have to happen at, like, certain times. It can't just be... It's day, and then at some point it turns to night, and then at some point it turns back to day. You know. Because I think a lot of old games had that. I think Harvest Moon is a good shout. Because not only did Harvest Moon have a time calendar and stuff, but like that's what the whole game was based on. The whole game was based on doing stuff before certain days and calendar and whatnot. Like, even more so than this game. This game just kind of has it as a something that changes the game, but most of the time you're just waiting on times. There's nothing really more to it than that, at least so far. I still think that the time mechanic in this game is done relatively well. It's not perfect, but much better than games like Lightning Returns. But Harvest Moon, it was like genuinely the main mechanic of the game. So maybe I should talk to the mayor for the first time in a long time. Or I could go to the restaurant now that it's quote-unquote saved. Is Lightning Returns any good? No. No, I can't say that it is. There's some people that really like it. And, you know, I try to look at games through the lens of the people who like it. You know, like Final Fantasy 15, for example. I dislike Final Fantasy 15. I think it has a lot of issues. But looking at it through the lens of the people that like it, I can understand the positives. And so, even though I personally don't like it, I usually don't call it, like, a horrible game. I just think it has a lot of flaws. But Lightning Returns, man, like, when we played it, there were a couple people in the chat that liked it, and I tried to, like, kind of prune their brains to try to see, like, why do they like it, and I just didn't really understand any of the arguments they were making. Like, apologies if you're someone that likes Lightning Returns and actually has, like, a good reason why, but at least the people that were around at the time, I was like, so why, what am I missing? Why do you like this game? What is it about this game that, like, I'm not getting? And they were like, well, it has lightning, and lightning's cool. And I'm like, okay, but that doesn't make it. Lightning's in 2 other games that are a lot better. Like, well, it's you know, a game. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's not great. Like, especially given you can just play 13 or 13.2. I don't see any reason for Lightning Returns to exist other than to make people who like Lightning buy a 3rd game. But, I don't know. If you love 13 and you want more 13 and you really like Lightning and you really like the world of Final Fantasy 13, then for sure give it a shot. But otherwise, I wouldn't really call it a great game or even a good game. It's a mediocre game that's really annoying. It's a very frustrating, annoying game with okay combat. Actually, well, I don't know. Would I call Lightning Returns combat good? It's good to a point. Like, it's interesting and unique, and it's worth playing to check out the combat. But, like, it's the same the entire game, and you only have lightning the entire game. And it's the same the entire game. So, like, I don't really think it's worth in the end. And then, of course, there's the time mechanics that are just frustrating. I don't care what anyone says. The time mechanics in that game are big blow. If you like waiting around, you'll love it. Otherwise, it's awful. Yeah. And then the NPCs are actually intolerable. I hate them so much. They are the most annoying NPCs in existence. It's like every game that's ever repeated the same thing to you over and over again ad nauseum times 50. It's awful. Would you say you prefer Final Fantasy 16? Oh yeah, I love Final Fantasy 16. I dog on Final Fantasy 16 because it's like the worst RPG ever, but it's still a great game. It's still a 8.5 out of 10. I don't remember what I gave it, and I did a review. I don't remember if I even gave it a number, but oh, it's a great game. Great story, great characters, great world, fun combat. There's so much to love about 16. And the first DLC was kind of poop, but the second DLC was pretty good. Overall, 16 was great. It's just a horrible RPG and kind of a horrible Final Fantasy in that way. But if you go into it just expecting a Devil May Cry style game with a good story, you're going to freaking love it because it's a really great game. I just wouldn't go into it after playing Final Fantasy X and being like, great, more Final Fantasy. Because that's not what you're going to get. But it's awesome. And I feel like the more Final Fantasy 16 ages, the better it gets, honestly. I think when it came out, a lot of us had a lot of gripes about Square at the time. And, you know, the shock value of the game not being really Final Fantasy-ish, and the shock value of the RPG mechanics, and the shock value of the stupid accessories that kind of like ruin the game, quote unquote. So there was a lot of like frustration when the game came out, but I think the longer it ages and the longer we get over that stuff and we just go into it as a video game, it holds up. It's very good. But you just can't expect an RPG with a lot of side content and RPG mechanics, because that's not what you're going to get. You're going to get Devil May Cry open world, open field. Devil May Cry open zone with incredible characters and story and pretty good gameplay. Yeah, and like Remake was still kind of in all of our heads, and the combat is not as good as Remake combat, so it kind of struggles in that way too. But I don't know. I talked to Dan SG about it. We did a little like conversation about it a long time ago on my stream, and he had said that if they take Final Fantasy 16 and make it more of an RPG and were to just re-release it, like if Final Fantasy 17 was Final Fantasy 16 but more Final Fantasy, it could be like one of the best games in the series. And I totally agree, because the whole epic nature of the story and kind of the Game of Thrones style dialogue and way it goes about telling its story, and everyone really loved the recap mechanic where you could at any point bring up like a recap thing that would tell you who the characters are and where they're from and what's going on in the story. Everyone really loved that. So there's so many like great things in place. They just kind of faltered at the basics, I suppose. But yeah, it's a good base. I just don't know if they're going to build off of that or if they're going to do something totally different for 17. I think 17 is going to be 16 too, to be honest, but it might not be. 17 might be a completely different thing again, which I'd be fine with because that's the way the series is supposed to be. You know which Final Fantasy no one seems to talk about? Type 0? Yeah, there's a reason for that. There's a reason no one talks about it. That's another one that's like, if you love it, you love it, but everyone else hates it kind of thing. And another one that has redeeming qualities to it, but if you're just a Final Fantasy fan that's looking for more Final Fantasy, I don't think you're going to get much out of Type 0. It's kind of made for the people who like that type of game and no one else. unfortunately. Yo, thank you, Pear. I appreciate that, man. I really do. You know, these Let's Play series are really just for us. Like I said, they're not any big money maker. They're not something that I post on my channel to get views or anything. Like, this is really a community effort, just to time capsule these games for our niche community, and so it means a lot to hear that people really enjoy them and stick around for them, because, like I said, it's not something that I do for the future benefit of the channel. It's something that I do for us, and we've been doing it for a long time, and I never want to stop doing it. I hope we can continue doing it forever. I still have a long list of games that I want to Let's Play, so I appreciate that, really, I do. You came just at the right time. Mayor Govern caught a cold and is resting in bed. Would you like to be the mayor for a while? Wait, what? Well, at least I tried. Wait, I want to be the mayor. Throw me in, coach. For some reason, I have to select the second option, which is different. You talk smack, but when I get paid, you're going to have to do a Let's Play of Type 0. Well, as much as I'd love to take your money, I do need to tell you that I started something called Final Fantasy Trophy Quest, which we had to take a break from, but I'm going to hopefully get back to this year. And so I do plan on playing all the way through Type 0 and getting the Platinum Trophy at some point. So you do not need to throw money at me for that. But I do not look forward to it, to be honest. Really, that's wonderful. Well, actually, you'd be his assistant. What? Then that's not what you just said. Let's see, your first job is extremely important. Everyone's lives depend on this. Lives? Do you mean the dried up well? I fixed it before coming here. Dear me, what a good boy. That must be why that rope disappeared. Yeah, because it'd be dangerous for someone tried to go down to the well. While I was down there, I saw the thieves that stole the bell, but they ran away. Oh, how dreadful. Lately, there are so many unfortunate incidents. Well, are you ready for your next assignment? Okay. Well, let's see. Mr. Lance has been complaining about getting the gondola fixed for quite some time now. So let's fix it. Mayor Govern said that we need 3 carpenters and a gondola gizmo. Once we have them, the gondola can be fixed. 3 carpenters. I'll ask the geezer at the palace, but how do I get the gondola gizmo? I heard that there are some gondola gizmos in the scrap depository in the mine. Scrap depository, like a garbage dump? Wid, the man living in the windmill, knows about gondola gizmos. You should ask him. But first, you should talk to the carpenters. Good luck, I'm counting on you. Alright. Whatever you say, lady. Hey, thanks, C-Money. Have a good weekend, man. What's the gameplay of Type 0 even like? Yes. It's like typical hack and slash combat, like run around hack and slash combat with RPG mechanics as like the base, but then on top of that there's another layer of like tactical army style I don't even know what to call it, because I didn't really get far enough in the game to really see where the mechanics went, but there's some kind of like war tactic thing going on where there's like armies you can send to places and then you fight the battles and stuff. But I don't really know how deep that gets. So, but there's another layer on top. But the main mechanic of the game is like a regular action hack and slash type deal. With RPG mechanics layered in there with different characters with different abilities. I hope Final Fantasy 100 has NFTs. Let's hope so. We can only dream. Thou art will help fix the gondola? How goodeth of thou? Our food provisions have been on the decrease since the gondola broketh down. Let's see. You already saved Carpenter Carvey, Carpenter Cubey, Carpenter Dicey. They all doth be here. Ask the 3 carpenters and then go looketh for the gondola gizmo. When they receive the gizmo, they will begin preparations to fix the gondola. So do I have to talk to him or not? Well, I remember that the rim is gold and it looked fancy. Okay. Important information. It looks like a wheel. Why do I feel like I'm going to have to remember this information? Like there's going to be multiple of them and I have to pick the right one. Carefully calculated holes. I think there are 4. Gold, 4 holes, wheel. Yo, good to see you, Solid. Now I have to go talk to Wid. Mr. Wid. Going good. Made quite a bit of progress today, too. I sincerely apologize to everyone that has to watch me walk around this village for like 9 years to find anything. I just have not dedicated my brain cells to memorizing this village. I just run around till I find the thing I need. Oh my god, he like is only here at night too. Fantastic. Like at this point, I should know where everything is in the village, but I just refuse to actually use the brain power. When I can just run around. You again? You're awake. Amazing. It's because you woke me up so many times. My time clock screwed up. Oh no, not your time clock. What do you want? I need to know about the scrap deposit, the garbage dump. Oh, you mean the scrap depository? It's a storage place for items that aren't used anymore. The king doesn't like to throw anything away. Why do you ask? I'm looking for something called the gondola gizmo. Oh, so you're helping out the village. Take care not to overexhaust yourself. So that was a complete waste of discussion. Well, why do I have to do that? He didn't even tell me anything about it. He was just like, oh, so you're helping the village. Bye. Bop, boop, boo, beep, bop, boo, bop. I think it's in the mine, but check this other sign. Wasn't there another sign here? Oh, maybe not. Whoa, that wasn't there before. Never seen a game cheat so obviously in all my life. Oh. Okay. Whoa. Was it down here? Or was it this way? Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't go this way before because I needed the double jump. Oh. I did not realize the error of my ways. Everything's fine. Oh, I'm poisoned. Thank goodness I have the antidote. Gold wheel, 4 holes. Oh, that has 5 holes. I was like, wait, there's 2 that have 4 holes. That one has a hole in the middle.
This is it for sure. Pretty heavy. Can't wait to show the geezer.
Can't wait to show the geezer. Oh, what a jump. Can I get back this way? I don't remember. Maybe I should just go back. Up the wall. I don't remember where this ends up. Oh, that goes to the lake. Okay, I don't want to go that way. Now, if I go this way, it eventually wraps back around. If I remember correctly. So I could go this way. See if there's anything new I can get with the double jump. Oh. Let's go to Newington. What have I done? Actually killed a bat. Nothing new. But it did wrap me back around to the start. Okay, so I have to talk to the geezer to fix it? I guess I have to give it to the carpenters. Hey geezer, I found the gondola gizmo. I'm sorry, Sir Musashi, but this doth not... What? Huh? I got scammed? The rim is gold. Maybe I messed up. Maybe the rim wasn't gold. But that was the only one with 4 holes. It looks like a wheel is like the worst hint ever. They all looked like a wheel. That was the only one with 4 holes. I'm getting scammed. Unless the middle hole doesn't count. There was one with 3 holes and one in the middle? No way. No way. Should have read closer. Should have read the rim part. I think I did say it out loud, but I didn't. I just saw it because it highlighted the word gold and it didn't highlight the word rim, so I didn't think rim mattered. That's probably what it is. How's it going, Dutch? I knew from the start what the gimmick was going to be, and I still failed it. I knew as soon as they started describing it, I was like, alright, this is definitely going to be one of those things where there's multiple and I have to pick the right one, and yet I still failed it. No! I wonder if it's always the same one, or if it's like randomized every time you play. Oh, both of those have 4. Why did I not notice that? He's lost it. Did he?
Wait.
I'm so confused. Oh, I switched it out. Okay. But what? But this one does have a gold rim. How is this different than the other one? I'm so confused. How is this different than that one? They both look like a wheel. They both have 4 holes. They both have a gold rim. You only count 4 holes? Or 3 holes? There's 4. There's one in the middle. It's 4 holes. 4 holes. Looks like a wheel. Gold rim. But this one also has 4 holes and a gold rim. And looks like a wheel. Unless we're saying, like, the hole in the middle is what makes it a wheel. Which doesn't make any sense, I don't think. I think that's because they both fit the other 2 hints. So it's got to be the wheel hint. But how is this one more of a wheel than the other one? This one's the wheel deal. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense that a wheel has to have a hole in the middle, but how else would you attach it? Well, I mean, tires don't have holes in the middle, except on the inside. Not holes that go all the way through. Oh, you can't go this way? Wait. What if I... Can I cheat it? Surely I can cheat this. I'm a genius. Right. But, like, we couldn't have come up with a hint that makes more sense. Couldn't have been, like, gold rim, 4 holes, and is circular, and then one of them could have been, like, square. Like a square wheel. Instead, we have to make the observation that 4 holes around the sides isn't a wheel, but 3 holes around the sides and 1 in the middle is a wheel. But hey, that makes it more of a puzzle, I guess. I mean, it's a more interesting puzzle if I get it wrong the first time, right? If I just got it right on the first try, it wouldn't be that interesting of a puzzle. Although having to walk back this entire way isn't exactly fun. But whatever. I still enjoyed the puzzle. Part of the fun is complaining. True. True. What's a video game if you don't complain about it? It's part of the fun. This way. If part of video games wasn't complaining, then multiplayer games wouldn't have gotten so popular. Half the reason multiplayer games are popular is because people like to complain. Tell me I'm wrong. This is it. I'll go tell the carpenters to begin fixingeth the gondola. Thou should go get some rest. Okay, I'll go take a nap in my room. Later, geezer. See, this is what they could have done with the quilt. Instead of making me wait 3 days, they could have just been like, I'll take a nap, and then just skip to when I get it.
Uh-oh! Overslept! Mrs. Govern's gonna be mad!
Why would she be mad? It's fixed. I did the thing. It's fixed. What in tarnation? Holy smokes, the village is on fire. The mayor leaves for 10 minutes and the whole village is on fire. Musashi, help! My goodness, there's a fire! Oh no! Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Calm down. You know how this happened. I don't know. You must put out the flames. Everyone's locked inside their houses and they can't get out. Oh my gracious, please, you must hurry. Leave it to me, lady. I'll use the water scroll and this fire will be a thing of the past. Don't worry. Ow. Brother, you're pushing me out of the way. Okay. This is seeming a bit more of a chore than an actual challenge, but those are some holy smokes. Missing? Is this the thieves doing? No, I don't want to talk to you. This is the punishment for never learning the town's layout. Caught on fire.
Took long enough.
Did you just save the whole village and then complain about how long it took? You put out all the flames. What a relief. Why'd this happen? Do you know what caused the fire? Let's see. Well, I saw two men staring at the roof of the church talking about something. They didn't look like tourists. Oh, dear me, I have to go home to see if Mayor Govern is all right. The church's roof. Hey, then it must be those two thieves that I saw beneath the well. They're going to pay for what they did. All right, this is a good place to stop because there's an obvious place to go. Ooh. All right, well, very good progress we made. And game is still really, really fun. I mean, some of the stuff that you have to do feels a bit more like a chore than an actual like challenge, but I think what impresses me still is how unique everything is. Like every boss, every puzzle, every challenge, they came up with something totally new to do. It's not just using the ability you got to like fight more enemies, you know, there's always like something else. So really cool. The story is kind of just middling around helping the villagers. So other than just help the villagers and get the next legendary scroll, there's not like really too much going on with the overarching story. We met one of the main villains, Bubbles, but she just kind of attacked us and then left. So, and then we did see the princess revive the next warrior that we're gonna have to fight at some point, but not too much going on with the main story yet, so hopefully more happens next time. But still really enjoying Musashi. Glad everyone was here to play it with me, and we're gonna move on to Final Fantasy X. But before we do that, let's say goodbye to YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Let's play Brave Fencer Musashi. Can't wait to play more next week. Thank you guys again for all the support for this series. We will catch you back here in the next episodes. Peace.